Yeah, yeah.
I not been to this without talking.
Thank you. I appreciate you offering, but
Yeah, because Hanson is graduating.
is he offering his?
I did ask him, and he won't. And so
She's the next to last. Is that right? No, she's in the middle. Are you moving down this way?
yeah,
From here down?
I think
She's going maybe a little. Yeah. Hi, sir. Hi, everybody. Good call, Tony. Tony's awesome, everybody. I think Tony's amazing. All right, great.
no. I mean,
Because I might be a little too emotional.
Thank you so much for everything. You are the best. I appreciate it. Oh, everything? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so this one is the one you're going to start with. This is the back row.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is the back row. We're going to start with Floridians and go all the way down the back row, and then you'll start with Benjamin Hauser. It's up there too for reading, but each of these have their names in it. If you Okay. Good luck. Okay, so we're right back to the next one of those.
Testing audio levels. Testing. Testing audio levels.
Yes, that would be wonderful. So they're all in order for seating. Backs goes that way, and then you start on the front, and it goes this way. And you're sure that? Nope, we made sure. But I would flip them open as they're coming up, just to double check. Because I got an hour and a half to leave left. So,
Hello?
We're going to start here in just a minute, so if everybody can take their seats, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Good evening, esteemed guests, families, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the class of 2026. We welcome everyone to celebrate with these students and acknowledge the hard work, perseverance, dedication, and achievements that have led them on the path up to this night. We would like to celebrate the end of this journey and the start of your new one. It is my honor to introduce Valedictorian for the Wrangell High School class of 2026, Mr. Ben Hauser.
Good evening, parents, family, friends, teachers, administrators, mentors, community members, and of course, the class of 2026. When I found out I was the valedictorian and had to write the speech, I laughed. I thought it would be easy, so I put it off. I put it off all the way till April, still thinking this shouldn't be that hard. But when I finally sat down to write, I realized there was a lot to write about. I mean, how would I focus 12 years and 20 individual experiences into a few concise, entertaining, and inspirational words? I didn't want to give the typical graduation speech, a long list of thank yous with a couple of jokes thrown in. I wanted to talk about something real. I wanted to talk about growing up in Wrangell and what it means to this class. One night, lying in bed, yelling at my brother to get off Fortnite, I finally figured it out. My first memory in Wrangell was my first day at Evergreen Elementary School in 2017. It was recess when Ian and Nathan Larson walked up to me and asked, "Are you fast?" Before I even knew what was happening, I was lined up with the whole school watching. We took off in an all-out sprint, and just like that, my Wrangell story started. I don't even know who won, but from that moment on, I was part of Wrangell. Then came 5th grade, when our class really earned the name the trouble class. Between constant foursquare arguments, bad jokes, and maybe a little bit of cheating on spelling tests, I think we pushed Miss Davies to her limit more than once. Although, she did follow us to middle school, so she must have liked us a little. Then we moved on to middle school. At first it was more of the same, until the end of 6th grade when COVID hit and everything changed. School stopped, routines disappeared, and things felt uncertain for the first time. When we came back in 7th grade, things were different, but in some ways the same. We had homerooms, we had Mr. Kramer, and we had each other. Cody and Ian managed to test Mr. Kramer's patience daily. It involved accidentally trying to poison me with overly available hand sanitizer. Lunch during those years meant sitting around playing Off-Road Outlaws or Among Us every day with this class. It wasn't normal, but it was part of the journey, and we adapted. By 8th grade, we were done with masks, done with restrictions, and ready to move on. We crashed into high school. Freshman year was the year of the Honda Ruckus gang. Driving around town like we owned the place. I remember even getting claimed by a senior. Randy claimed me, Ethan claimed Cody, and Devlin claimed Moonchin. At that time, those seniors seemed like they had everything figured out. Looking back now, I'm not so sure. Sophomore year came fast, just like the bumps at 12 Mile Christina is now scared of. Now that most of us could drive, we thought we were unstoppable. We spent our time cruising around, windows down, music up, just enjoying the freedom we've been waiting for. Junior year, suddenly we were upperclassmen. Even then, people were already talking about graduating early and moving on, but no one really did. Instead, we spent more time outdoors, going upriver, camping, and making the most of where we live. And now, senior year. It went faster than any of us could have expected. Between college applications, scholarships, and trying to figure out what comes next, the pressure set in. The real world doesn't seem so far away anymore. And now I said I didn't want this to be one of those long thank you speeches, but it would be remiss if I did not take time to acknowledge the people who are part of the story. The teachers, staff, and administration who somehow managed to teach us even when we weren't making it easy. The custodians who showed up every day and cleaned up the messes we left behind, more than we probably ever noticed. Our employers, mentors, coaches, and friends who taught us accountability. And our parents who put us through all of it and guided us here. You all have been part of growing up here just as much as we have. And that's really what this is about. Someone great once told me, Wrangell is safe, it's quiet, and it's home. But the world is so different. There is so much to learn and so much time to grow. Socrates said, true wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. When we graduate and leave the rock, or simply step away from all we have known, we open the doors to a whole new life of learning and achievement. But it will sometimes be scary, and often a struggle. So as we build our lives, we can find strength in always remembering those rainy runs, summer river trips, and those beautiful sunsets. Wrangell's in our hearts, and the world is our future. Class of 2026, every lesson we've learned in these classrooms were never meant to stay here. Today marks the beginning of a brand new chapter of our lives. This next chapter will be full of many victories, defeats, laughs, and maybe even tears. I am proud of the people we are becoming, and I wish you all the best. Our future starts now. Congratulations, and thank you. And now it is my honor to introduce Wrangell High School Class of 2026 Salutatorian, Clara Edens.
Thank you, Ben, for your wonderful speech and introduction. Good evening, community members, classmates, and friends. You might know my name by now, but in case you don't, I'm Clara Edens. It's supposed to be my job and is my honor to welcome you as this year's salutatorian to this Class of 2026 graduation. The welcomer is, after all, the definition of salutatorian. Welcome, I guess, though I'm not the first to say it. Now that that's over with, I have a few people I'd like to thank on behalf of myself and my peers. Every single one of our teachers, as well as the other staff at this and other schools, has been instrumental in getting us all this far. I'd also like to express our gratitude toward the parents, grandparents, other family members, and friends of my peers and I for providing this wonderful opportunity of life. Your support means the world to us, and I know that a significant portion of our success is due to the people who pushed us to do our best and gave us the room to do it. Most of us have spent a lifetime together, and that's certainly something to celebrate, but the friends that came a little later are just as special. I know that I, for one, will miss this time and these people, but I also know that it's time for my class and I to get out into the world and make a life full of joyful new memories, and that cell phones work really well. Now, I don't want to get too sappy, but this chapter of our lives is closing, and as such, it deserves a good send-off. This ceremony will have to do in place of a good send-off. As one chapter ends, another begins, which leads me to my next job. Thank you for being here to support us at least once, and please be patient in waiting for the end of this exorbitantly long ceremony. Now, it is my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Mrs. Laura Davies.
Good evening. It is my honor to speak to this dynamic graduating class tonight. When Ben first asked me to be your speaker during the state cross-country championships, I assumed it was just the post-race adrenaline talking. I didn't hear another peep about it for months. So you can imagine my surprise when just 4 weeks ago, Ben casually asked if I had written my speech. After a frantic call to Shaylin, who confirmed the news with, "Yeah, we just haven't told you yet." And when a formal invitation asking me to speak was hand-delivered to Jennifer Davies, I realized two things. Ben was actually serious, and even after all these years, people are still getting Jennifer and I mixed up. Honestly, this level of organized chaos is so on brand for the class of 2026 that I wouldn't expect anything less. In preparing for this evening, I loved reconnecting with many of you to walk down memory lane. I've also had a good laugh at how many of you think I'm going to roast you. You expressed that you want me to share stories. I will do my best to share a few memories that shaped you, although I've definitely had to filter a few to ensure I still have a job on Monday. As I look out at the graduating class today, I don't just see students in caps and gowns who have grown from energetic fifth graders into resilient graduates. I also see a timeline of my own evolution as an educator. Throughout much of our time together, I was navigating a variety of new professional challenges myself. This meant that many of our struggles and triumphs coincided, inextricably linking our journeys and making you one of the most memorable classes of my career. The majority of you were in my fifth grade class, my final chapter of normalcy, before the world turned upside down. To me, you hold the peak of my elementary career and my last memories of a pre-pandemic classroom. You hold a special place as the last class to uphold some of my favorite traditions, from bravely presenting your persuasive speeches to the community at the Nolan Center to being my final group to truly master the art of cribbage. However, as most of you likely remember, you were not an easy class. It is also worth noting that 14 students from that original fifth grade group have since moved away, yet they remain a significant part of our memories. By the time you reach 7th grade, notoriously the most difficult year of middle school, our world had shifted. We were navigating a global pandemic together, which at times was almost as unpredictable as your middle school hormones. It was a less than ideal time for me to transition into a middle school position. Suddenly, I was juggling unfamiliar subjects and mentoring 2 student teachers, all while navigating a chaotic era of education. Those years they weren't defined by my mastery, but my willingness to make mistakes, face setbacks, and start over right alongside of you. By the end of 8th grade, I was excited that we had survived 3 years together, and I was ready to say my goodbyes. I felt bad that the pandemic stole your Banks camping trip, so I offered to host a beach campfire for the girls, knowing the entire class would be too much for my sanity. They immediately told me it was a lame idea and no one would show up. The boys, on the other hand, were offended that my plans didn't include them and were ready to show up at my house that night. I quickly realized it was a disaster in the making and canceled the idea. Then, in a final twist of irony, I missed your end of the year award ceremony entirely because I got COVID during the last week of school. Standing here today feels like a proper send-off we never got. Not a goodbye, but the celebration I've been waiting 4 years to share with you. I have witnessed you grow, take risks, embrace the unknown through the last 8 years, just as you have watched me do the same as I struggled through my first couple of years of teaching in the middle school. In many ways, we have grown together. I realize this timeline ignores 5 of you who weren't along for the ride. While we were navigating the ups and downs of middle school years, you were living on your own adventures in other states, in other countries, or even just at the end of Zenobia Highway. You are a vital part of this group now. I hope these stories make you laugh and perhaps provide a sense of relief that you missed the early years. Knowing you were a wild, high-energy group, I came up with a brilliant idea that we would start each day outside in a circle, sharing, discussing the quote of the day, and grounding ourselves. What started as a simple strategy for focus evolved into a chaotic, wonderful mix of community building and mischief, establishing a tradition of sharing what truly matters. In that same spirit, I brought 2 items from my classroom, I hope you recognize them, that represent the heart of the stories I'm about to share and the wisdom I hope you carry forward tonight. The first is my turbo button, a concept from refugee and author Maui Askedan. It's a reminder that while you can't control what happens to you, you can always control your response. Pressing your life turbo button means choosing agency over excuses. The second is this simple magnet that reads, never, never, never give up. As I share stories about you individually, I want to highlight the moments where you've already put these principles into action. I hope that you see you've already built the toolkit you need for what comes next. Carry these stories with you as proof that you know exactly how to hit that turbo button and exactly when to never, never give up. In 5th grade, the academics were high, academic needs were high. The attention spans were, let's say, limited. Every time I tried to be innovative, I was met with a new challenge. A math lesson about rounding using balloons ended with them hitting the ceiling and popping. Using iPads for vocabulary tests ended with the class discovering the magic of autocorrect. And station rotations mostly just resulted in my head rotating as I tried to keep everyone on task. I kept trying, refusing to give up, and I finally found the solution. Running! We ran before tests, at recess, and at PE. We were laughing, bonding, and finally focusing. What began as a simple tool eventually evolved into a middle school running club, which became a sanctioned cross-country running program a few years later, and finally came full circle at the high school level, where I had the privilege of serving as an assistant coach for those very same students who started that journey with me. I share this because it's perhaps my own best example of never giving up. In my effort to find a solution to a challenge, I ended up discovering a passion that brings immense joy to my life. Okay, this speech would not be complete without a story. I would personally like to forget, but one I know these students will never let me forget. In fact, they still bring it up. In 5th grade, the boys started using a specific 5-letter word. I assumed it was a video game reference or some new slang, so every time they said it, I said it right back and asked them to stop. What I didn't realize that it was a highly inappropriate term. Every time I repeated it, it only made them say it more. Finally, Christina, the only brave soul in the room, gave me a heads up. I was so shocked and mortified that I'd been fooled that I pulled all the boys aside for a very stern lecture. I offered to give them a formal anatomy lesson if that's where their focus was going to be. I then proceeded to write a very detailed email to all the parents. Later, one parent came up to me and said, I cannot believe you actually wrote all of that in an email. Needless to say, I learned a lesson. If a word makes the kid laugh that hard, never repeat it, and certainly don't waste your time writing a lengthy email that only proves the kids are successfully driving you nuts. Now, I will share some memories about each one of you that truly capture the spirit of this class. Decided to express his enthusiasm for wolves and other creative interests right in the middle of the instruction. As you can imagine, that timing didn't quite land well with the teacher or his classmates. But I saw it for what it was, Caden's genuine desire to share his unique perspective with his peers. Since then, it's been a joy to watch him grow into a more confident and calm young man, successfully leading a Magic the Gathering tournament at lunch and building a community of friends who share his interests. Back in 5th grade, judging by Boom Chain's obsession with Drake, love for Canada, and his constant goofy sense of humor, you would have sworn Boom Chain was secretly Canadian. That year, I saw Boom Chain passing around a handwritten note. I assumed the worst. But it was actually a formal letter to Parks and Rec, requesting better lighting and maintenance for the court at the Kyle Ingerman Park. His initiative and solution-oriented action were impressive. I also fondly remember him reading and sharing about the book Hidden Figures. And I think of him in that same light, a leader working diligently behind the scenes whose impact speaks louder than words. From those early days of shooting hoops to becoming a 2-time state champion runner, Boom Chain is a definition of the turbo button in action. Whether he's running hundreds of miles or inspiring the next generation, his commitment reminds us that leadership isn't about the title you hold, but the initiative you take. What truly sets Kaylee apart is her fearless yes, a relentless drive fueled by the belief that every opportunity is a door worth opening. She participated in 5 different sports: band, NYO, T3, close-up, and was the student representative for the school board for 2 years, and produced 2 compelling documentaries. She might be tiny, but as we saw during her time in cheerleading, she is capable of flying to great heights, and on the rare occasion she falls, she picks herself right back up without hesitation. Kaylee, as you head off to college, I have no doubt you'll want to join every club on campus. Just remember to leave a little time for class. Christina has a reputation for being quiet, but she isn't afraid to let her goofy side shine. Whether it was her wild days on Musical.ly or that fit of laughter during 8th grade state testing. Since then, she has evolved into a leader in both the classroom and on the court. This year, she took on the challenging task of managing the yearbook senior section. As anyone knows, chasing down this particular group for photos and quotes requires the patience of a saint. That same drive and poise will undoubtedly make her an exceptional nurse. Shaylin is defined by a quiet, steady strength, whether helping her family, supporting our athletic department, or working as a dedicated CNA. Shaylin has turned a lifelong habit of helping into a career of service. Her true grit lies in her resilience. Despite a pesky foot injury, she gave absolutely everything to getting fit and strong for basketball, proving herself to be a highly coachable athlete who's always willing to do the work to support her team. She's a powerful reminder that true strength isn't loud. It's the choice to show up for others, no matter what you're carrying yourself. Ian is an example of never give up. When he was 10, we battled over everything. From long division to writing complete sentences. The only thing we could agree on was running. But that grit eventually transformed the boy who'd rather talk trucks into a young man with a clear path, leading him to enlist in the U.S. Air Force. Ian, witnessing the character and heart you brought to our cross-country team and seeing you find your path has truly been one of the most heartwarming transformations I've witnessed in my career. Annabelle, you were a wonderful addition to this wild class. You brought a sense of calm, a kind spirit, and a bright mind to the group. There are 2 things I admire about you. First, your professional poise when serving at the Marine. You've seriously got this waitressing thing down. And second, your incredible survival skills, specifically how you've managed to survive Ian's driving. Annabelle, your ability to stay cool under pressure will take you far in a future healthcare career. Shelton and I have shared some of the most heartfelt and real and sometimes difficult conversations. He had one rule with me: don't call on me and don't put me on the spot. So, Shelton, just me saying this is probably making you uneasy. But I have to tell you, when you were interviewed for a student film last year, you spoke with so much clarity and intelligence. You have important things to say, and I know you will make your mark on the world exactly when you are ready. Paige is a true entrepreneur. From her early days as a slime business owner to now running her own photography business. She is creative, driven, and always ready to counter any argument. For years, Paige made us think she was a stoic introvert, but this year, as the co-captain of the cheer team, she didn't just lead the cheers, her contagious joy became the spark that lit up the gym. I've always prided myself on being direct, but I finally met my match in Caitlin Gillen. Since 5th grade, she has been the champion of telling it exactly like it is. She was brave enough to voice the things but no one else was willing to say. In middle school, Caitlin would beg me to go work in the shop. I had no idea if she just wanted to mess with Mr. Davies or was actually interested in welding. She proved to like both, and it is no surprise that she was accepted into the Trident Skills Trades training program. We could not be happier for you as you head into marine fabrication. You were built for this. Johanna can fix anything in her path, a talented seamstress and baker. She learned to swim in record time to become a powerhouse on the swim team. Madeline once texted Johanna after learning one of her kidneys had decreased function. Johanna immediately, without a second thought, offered to give her one of her kidneys. This highlights Johanna's massive heart and get-it-done attitude. It also made me seriously question her homeschool math. She was essentially willing to live with one kidney just so Madeline could have two. Tyra is defined as an easygoing nature and a quiet loyalty, symbolized by the oversized fly coat she wore daily in honor of her grandpa. She also gave us one of the most unforgettable moments. Her third grade acting debut as Elizabeth Paradovich. Before the play could even begin, Tyra made a truly shocking entrance by fainting with a loud thud, falling from the stage to the floor, startling everyone in the crowd. We were all relieved she wasn't hurt, but looking back, it was a dramatic entrance for someone more comfortable out of the spotlight. We all know Will operates on his own timeline. While that sometimes means waiting a bit for a project to be finished, it also means he has the ability to surprise us all. Like when he joined the basketball team for the first time as a senior and played with the confidence of a seasoned veteran. Clara, you are quiet, bright, and a steady force, often ignoring the chaos of the class by reading or designing something elaborate on Tinkercad. Your dry sense of humor is perhaps my favorite quality about you. I'm equally impressed by your singing talent. Taking that voice to state twice is an incredible achievement. Jackson was in my first yearbook class, and for the first half of the year, he was a true survivor, enduring life as the only boy and full of very chatty and opinionated girls. As the year progressed, this talented photographer found his voice. He drops these intelligent, deep, and often hilarious one-liners that proves he chooses his words wisely. And while he is exceptionally polite and a bit of an old soul, it's good to know he still has a wild side. For example, riding his e-bike with no hands, an experiment that resulted in 2 broken arms. Cody moved to Wrangell right before 5th grade. At first, I thought his constant jokes were just his way of trying to fit in. But I quickly realized that Cody simply has no off switch. And making people laugh is one of his most likable traits. He has the timing, the wit, and the rare ability to play off anyone's words. He can make grown adults burst out laughing, even and especially in the most inopportune times. His goofy sense of humor made me wonder if he was actually absorbing anything. But last year, another student mentioned that Cody was sharing a lesson about Henrietta Lacks that he learned back in life science. I was not only impressed that he remembered the details, I was thrilled he was sharing it. Ava, I commend you for the courage it took to move to a remote island in Alaska for your senior year. After living abroad, transitioning to a small school environment is not easy, especially when you add being a teacher's kid to the mix. Luckily, I got to know Ava a little bit when her youngest brother interviewed her for his film. You emerged as the shining star in this film, authentic, insightful, and well-spoken. You left me wanting to hear more. You are clearly highly adaptable and thoughtful, and your global experiences will serve you well in your future. Beneath Gavin's tough exterior and questionable sense of humor lies a sensitive heart. After moving away in the middle of 5th grade, he was so determined to keep in touch with our class that he secretly sent me letters on Google Drive. He talked about our class so much that his new teacher eventually reached out just so our students could connect remotely. He was never afraid to ask the tough questions, ranging from potentially inappropriate scientific inquiry about the necessities of life, to asking a class of inner city kids during a mystery Skype game if they were treated differently because of the color of their skin. While I initially panicked, the result was a raw, heartfelt conversation about discrimination between students in Wrangell and Cleveland. In 5th grade, I filmed an hour-long interview between Brody and his grandpa Gilbert. Watching the heartfelt connection between the two of them remains one of the most heartwarming moments in my career and one of the seeds that inspired me to start making films with my students. That same year, I introduced the class to real Canadian maple syrup. He was such a fan, he showed up the next day with flowers for me. Brody is one of the most grounded students I know. Having earned Shop Student of the Year twice, he possesses the grit, mindset, and skills to become an elite fisherman and tradesman. I first met Ben shortly after he moved to Wrangell at the Girls on the Run race. He was running with his mom while I was keeping pace with his classmate Presley. I had no idea that the boy with the giant smile and high-pitched voice would become a regular fixture in the Davies family. He spent far too much time in the shop with my husband building a boat and filled our garage with the bounty of his latest hunting and trapping adventures. It was impossible to get rid of him, and the smell. No matter the setbacks, be it dramatic injury or a sudden medical emergency, he has shown us all what it means to fight back and win. This outdoorsman is always willing to push his limits and the buttons of those around him. And what I admire the most is his unwavering habit of openly praising and appreciating the adults in his life, even when his peers feel differently. We would be in the gym for hours if I shared all of your stories. But the memories you have made as a class will hopefully last a lifetime. I am proud of each of you. I'm going to wrap up tonight by highlighting how you put both of these magnets that I talked about at the beginning into action through your sports. You truly evolved from a feisty group that could barely survive a 5th grade PE game into a powerhouse of student athletes who went on to dominate at the regional and state levels. Christina and Paige were key members of our volleyball team that captured regional titles 3 years in a row, while Christina and Shaylin led their basketball team through incredible growth to secure a 3rd place finish at regionals this year. On the wrestling mat, Cody, Ben, Ian, Gavin, and Will were part of a powerhouse squad that proved size isn't everything, leading our team from a school with 75 students to a state championship victory over a school with more than 400. While their athletic success is undeniable, highlighted by Cody's impressive 2nd place state finish, Ben's status as a 2-time state placer, and Ian's regional championship, their true legacy is defined by more than just gold. They led a squad that earned the State Sportsmanship Award 2 years in a row. That relentless, turbo button energy extended to the trails as well. Kaylee was a member of the girls team that brought home both a regional and a state title this year, and Boone Chain, Ian, Ben, and Jackson helped secure a 2nd place state finish in cross country this year, capping off a dominant run of 4 consecutive regional titles. Every single one of these athletes embodies that spirit. Never, never, never give up. As your parents and teachers well know, your athletic success was only one part of a much larger story of growth. Each of you has worked through academic and personal challenges to reach this stage together, supported by a team of mentors and cheerleaders who never stopped believing in you. As you embark on this next chapter, I want you to carry these lessons with you. Press your turbo button when life gets heavy, stay relentless in the pursuit of your goals, and above all, never, ever give up on yourselves. Okay, I'm not done yet, just kidding. At this time, I would like to present to you the senior class of 2026 Commemorative slideshow.
Getting to watch you grow into the man you are has been one of the greatest joys of my life. Your passion for adventure and the outdoors is something I hope you never lose. Your strength, discipline, and passion will take you far next time. Wherever this next chapter leads you, you will find success. Your love for our family is something I cherish. Your contagious laugh, silliness, and support is something we all admire in you. I can't wait to see where the road leads you. We are all so proud of you, son. Love, Mom, Dad, and family.
You have added clarity to our lives since the beginning. Your voice rings clear, bringing forth the perfect blend of both beauty and sarcasm. Your ability to think deeply, critically, and creatively have always impressed your father and I, always making connections and seeing things that others have missed. Theoretically, of course. We are so proud of your many accomplishments and are excited to see what comes next. Don't forget to look up from your favorite book and see what opportunities are all around you.
Hey Sean, mission complete. Coincidence? I think not. From 5 pounds in the NICU to 6 foot in a cap and gown. It has been an honor and a privilege, and we are so proud of you. Remember, you're never alone. Trust yourself, feel all the feels. Be kind, stand tall, shine bright, speak loudly. Laugh often, love fiercely, spread joy, and dance even. On the stage, in the kitchen, down the streets, through the storms, into the dark and under the moon. Be a believer, a dreamer, a truth seeker, a protector. Have your shield and sword ready, but keep your heart, mind, and hands open to new things and to help. And never be afraid to be the absolute, unstoppable menace to society when they need to find out. I love you like the flower loves the sun. I'll see you at the top. It's going to be legendary.
Quiet strength and grace. Since your diagnosis with type 1 diabetes at age 7, you've shown resilience far beyond your years. You've lived across the world, embracing each new place with courage. From China to Azerbaijan, Georgia, North Macedonia, Kazakhstan, and finally Alaska. Even when it meant leaving behind leadership roles that you had earned, you never complained. Your creativity, love of reading, resilience, and love of life shine through in everything you do. We're so proud of the person you are becoming. Ava, you are strong, you're capable, and your future is wide open.
Watching you reach this milestone fills my heart beyond words. Watching you grow into the strong, kind, determined young woman you are has been one of the greatest gifts of my life. You worked hard, you stayed true to yourself, and never gave up, even when things felt overwhelming. Remember that success is wonderful, but your compassion and integrity matter even more. Chase your dreams boldly, love deeply, and trust yourself always. You are capable of amazing things. I will always be your loudest cheerleader and your forever home. Congratulations, girl. This world is so lucky to have you. Love, Mom and Tyler.
Kaden, your journey hasn't been easy, yet you kept going even when it felt heavy. In the quiet moments no one saw, you chose strength and you didn't give up. This milestone is more than just a cap and gown. It holds every step, every tear, every victory. You've grown into such a thoughtful, determined young man with a heart that makes the world a better place. We are so proud of you, son. As you begin this next chapter, never lose your kindness. The world needs your gentle strength and steady light. Congratulations, love. You did it.
It has been an amazing journey watching you evolve into the amazing young woman you are today. You have blossomed from this shy and timid girl to this smart, funny, outgoing woman with a desire to try everything life has to offer. Your fearless approach to life will open up so many doors and opportunities to you. We are excited for you to pursue your passions and find your own unique path in life. We cannot wait to see where life leads you and all the amazing adventures that are in store. We love you.
My first rhyme was 243. Papa gave Daddy, Daddy gave me. And they tell me to shoot with a steady hand. I guess they so you don't understand.
Ben, you came into this world bright-eyed, curious, and squirmy to go. That is how you approach life, for better or worse. As a little guy, you were known as Hardway Hauser because you often bowled your way through when others were just going around. But you learned valuable lessons to take forward, that nothing worth doing is easy, and hard work is your superpower. Be confident and gracious, appreciative of those who help you, lend a hand to others, try new things, be outside, and remember to call your mom and dad. We love you.
Paige, at times the world will try to convince you that you're either too much or not enough. However, you are perfectly imperfect, exceptionally unique, and worthy of every dream you endeavor to chase. So be brave, walk with confidence, speak with kindness, and never apologize for just being yourself.
Started with this, and I was concerned.
Gavin, we are incredibly proud of you and everything you have accomplished. Raising you and your brother has been the greatest joy of our lives, filled with love, laughter, and unforgettable memories. Watching you grow into the man you are today has been a true blessing. As you step into this exciting new chapter, we are filled with hope and anticipation for all that lies ahead. We know you will continue to achieve great things and follow your dreams with determination and courage. No matter where life takes you, always remember how deeply you are loved and supported every step of the way. Love, Mom and Dad.
Christina, you coming into Mom in my life has been the very best event. You've enriched not only our lives, but all of your family members, your friends, teachers, and coaches, even your boyfriends. It has been very rewarding watching you develop over the last 18 years, from a shy elementary student to a confident young woman that knows what you want and goes out and gets after it. We are excited to watch you take the next journey at Northern Arizona University to pursue a career in nursing and all the cool things that come with campus life. Love, Mom and Dad.
Brody, all your hard work has paid off. You're graduating, and now getting ready to make your own mark in life. We are so very proud of the man you're becoming. Even as a kid, you were very mature. You had big dreams, and you always found a way to achieve them. Pretty much everything you have, you've got on your own, which comes from your hard work and your focus. You proved that in the 12 years that you've been our deckhand. Next month, you'll be running your own boat. With all your qualities and determination, we have no doubt you'll succeed in life. We love you, Mom and Dad.
Though you never lost, your entrance into this world was under the stormiest of conditions, but you persevered to become your own force of nature. You've been blessed with love and support from relatives, Southeast extended family, and friends. I couldn't be prouder of all of the work you have put in to overcome so many obstacles to achieve your dreams. I love your big heart for all those you mentor now, and I can't wait to see where your running drive takes you into the future, son. Much love, Mom and Brody.
Summer's Eve. If these are the years when a man changes into the man he's going to become the rest of his life, just be careful who you change into. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
William, from the moment you were born, you brought light into our lives. I enjoy watching you pour in love and passion to everything you do. Remember, God loves, God likes. Successes and defeats are not final or absolute. Your heart, kindness, and courage shines, and we're so excited to see the life you create.
William, what an amazing journey it has been watching you turn into a man. Take the good you have learned thus far and multiply it. Remember, grace is always better than wrath. Keep your head up. Don't be afraid of the next chapter. Learn and grow. All the love, Dad and Mommy.
Can
To our child who's the most independent and stubborn and always had a style of her own. To include insisting on looking like she crawled out of the ditch clear through elementary school just because she wouldn't let me comb her hair or wash her coat. Our one child that feared nothing. To include marching up to a man leaning over his shopping cart at Walmart to tell him to pull his pants up because crack kills at just 3 years old. You have always been your own strong, independent person, and we look forward to seeing you move forward to success. Girl, it's the end of this journey and the beginning of your own. We wish you the best of luck. Love, Mom and Dad.
Annabelle, I am so proud of the person you have become. Watching you grow from a curious girl into a strong, kind, and determined young woman has been incredible. You have worked hard, overcome challenges, and stayed true to who you are. This is only the beginning of your journey, and I'm excited to see what comes next. Always believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. Follow your dreams, stay fearless, and never forget how deeply you are loved. Congratulations on your graduation. We love you always, now and forever. We will support you in everything you do.
Ian James Nelson, you have always been one of the greatest blessings in my life. At times, you've worked hard to be tough, often stubborn, and at moments, a real handful. And we've spent a good deal of time just trying to save you from yourself. But I've been lucky enough to know the sweet, gentle, kind young man who's full of compassion and always looking out for others. Share more of that guy with the world. As you step into this next chapter, be kind, stay true to yourself, and don't be afraid to lead with love. I am so proud of you, and we love you, Ian. Mom and Dad.
Shaylin Marie Nelson, at a very young age, you showed us how independent, driven, and strong you are. And that has continued throughout these years. Sometimes a little too strong if we ask any of your siblings. We are so proud of you, and you will do great things. Love you, Shay, Mom and Dad.
Shaylin, I am so proud of the young woman that you've become. You are full of so much love, strength, dedication, and sassiness that nothing can stop you from reaching your dreams. Remember to always follow your heart and never stop being you. I love you so much, Mom.
Congratulations, buddy, son, Jackson, Jackie, Jack, Sir Jack, never mind. You've leveled up, buddy. No cheat codes needed, whether it's crushing opponents in games, outplaying moves in chess, dominating on the court, or solving Rubik's Cubes faster than any of us can blink. You've shown serious skill, and we are so proud of you. Keep trusting Jesus as your ultimate guide, and stay close to your amazing family and friends who are real MVPs, because the next level of your life is waiting. May your heart be strong and your respawns minimal. Unless you want 8 kids too, then that's fine. And always remember to love God and love people. Love you, buddy.
Proud of you, Johanna. Love you.
Well done, Johanna. Love you.
Good luck, Johanna.
So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and their skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unprotectable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end that's right. I hope you had the time.
Tonight, we are here to honor the Wrangell High School graduates for the class of 2026. On behalf of our class, we would like to recognize parents and loved ones with a special presentation on behalf of their tremendous support and guidance given to each one of us over the past 18 years.
Good evening. First, I'd like to start out by saying this morning I had a little bit of a shock. I came down to the gym before school started, and I honestly think it's the first time this entire class was at school on time. And here at the same time. With that, in my short amount of time I've spent with this class, I've gotten to know and bonded with them just as close as any other group of students I've had in the past. And to put that into perspective, I used to be a teacher, and I had students every day in my classroom. I did not have these students in a class that I taught daily. Maybe sometimes, but not as often as one would think. I did not get to know them because of all the time they spent in my office. Those relationships are genuine and created from their friendly and kind interactions in the hallways, sporting events, and around town. And just the open thoughtfulness they offer. I will I guess I will feel a little lost when this class of 2026 is gone. With that said, esteemed members of faculty, school board, staff, parents, family, and friends, on behalf of Wrangell Public School District, I do hereby certify that the students presented before you here today have fulfilled all the district academic requirements for diploma of completion. I highly recommend these students present today be called forward to receive the recognition of achievement. I would like to ask School Board Dr. John DeRuiter to come forward and present diplomas. Clara Edens. Katie Dillon. Louis Barnes. Ian Nelson. Gavin Hunt. Brody Connect. Kate Choi. Sheldon Eckman. William Matson. Jackson Powers. Benjamin Nelson. Jane Laux. Tyra Meisner. Caitlin Gillen. Haley Herman. Annabelle Muir. Christina Johnson. Jalen Nilsson. Ava Ray Garrett. Johanna Stafford.
We sure they're certified? Then check. By the virtue of the authority vested in me as superintendent of Wrangell Public School District, and upon recognition of the principal's certification, I confer upon you the high school diploma or certificate, upon to which you are entitled with all rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Graduates, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen,